I'm Aaron Canada alongside John Schiffner on the Manager Show on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. And Schiff, 6-5 win last night. Gotta like it.
Yeah, we played well. You know, we tried. We tried to give it back, but the guys said, no, we're not going to do that this time. And the ninth inning rally was impressive. It was just execution, clutch hitting, you know, everything went our way. And, you know, Zach came in a little shaky, but got the job done. So, you know, and we're playing better baseball. We really are. I mean, that one inning was just a disaster, but take that inning out and, you know, we definitely are playing better baseball. We're taking better swings. Again, it's a real emphasis by Pat and Sully on two-strike at-bats, really putting the pressure on the defense. You know, don't give up your at-bat with two strikes, and that's what we've been doing. And, you know, it's really, you know, the last 3 or 4 games, we really play like a team we should be playing like.
2-run home run last night for Richie Shaffer. He's now had 3 2-run home runs in as many days, and he almost had another one for 2 runs last night in the later inning.
Well, he's a bona fide power hitter, and he's a good hitter. He, you know, he's going to strike out because everybody strikes out down here. But Richie has a concept. He can go opposite field very well. I would not be surprised some night we see him go, you know, opposite field home run. I mean, he's a solid hitter, and, you know, right now he's hot, and we're going to ride it.
Thought we were going to see Pierce Johnson, the right-hander, on the mound for Harwich yesterday, and then after one pitch, literally one warm-up pitch, he went down.
I saw the whole thing. It was horrible. His knee just literally crumpled underneath him, and they say basically his patella, you know, dislocated. And, you know, they're MRI, I'm sure, today to make sure nothing else went wrong. That is something you can come back from pretty quickly as long as you didn't stretch any ligaments out or tear something. But that was pretty rotten to see. I felt awful for him. My heart was in my throat. You know, you just don't want to see another player hurt, especially, never anybody getting hurt, but in that situation, he's warming up, for God's sakes. It was just awful. You know, maybe it was a precursor to something else. Maybe there was something loose in there because that is a little strange. I mean, I literally watched that from start to finish, and it just crumpled right underneath him. So, you know, maybe there was something in there that they didn't know about. They're going to find and they can fix now because that's not something that normally happens in that situation. It's pretty much the same injury that Matt Conway suffered, but Matt Conway was stretching and overextended his leg where it was a subluxation of the patella, but his was due to a stretch. Where this guy was just, you know, the pitcher just landed on his leg, you know, and down it went. It's like, wow, you know, so hopefully it's nothing real serious.
Now, unfortunately for them, they lost their starter in Pierce Johnson, and they had to go to the bullpen to get a new man to start. Unfortunately for you, it was a lefty in Andrew Leanhouse. How did that mess with your lineup?
Oh, it killed us. You know, we had the lineup stacked for a right-handed pitcher, and, you know, once the lineup card was turned in, that's a substitution, and now the game is on, so if any changes we make, we have to make a full substitution. We can't say, oh, wait a minute, we want to pull that lineup. So we were at a little bit of a disadvantage, but the lefties came through, did a nice job of handling him. So, you know, and that's another thing the kids have to do up here. They got to learn about hitting. Lefties need to learn how to hit lefties, and what better place in the Cape. So, you know, I wasn't grossly upset. It was just, you know, it just seems to be we're running into, you know, stretches and stretches of bad luck like that. You know, you're ready to go, you feel comfortable with your lineup, and now all of a sudden they're throwing an opposite to the lineup you've set. You know, then Riley goes down. You know, we're throwing balls from the right fielder from the second baseman, and then Dane goes down, or actually Dane goes first, then Riles goes down. I mean, last night was a crazy game.
Well, let's finish up on a more positive note. Joe Sever has 4 game-winning hits through the team's 7 wins. That's pretty outstanding.
Well, Joe's a good player, you know, and that's, you know, again, it's not like you expect him to do that, but he's good enough to do that. And he's really been one of our, you know, most consistent and solid players, and he puts himself in good positions, and he takes good at-bats most of the time.
How confident does that make you as a manager, knowing that you've got a guy that seems to relish that position later in the ball game when a lot is on the line?
Well, you always feel good when Joe's at the plate. You know he's going to give you a good at-bat every time. You know, if he strikes out, you know he's battling. You know, he's not going to go down without swinging. He's not going to go down without battling, and that's all you can ask.
He's John Schiffner. I'm Aaron Canada. It's the Manager Show on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.